It's kinda dark out. I do think this fight of the light, This is a rough draft, but fuck it, the timing was right.
He starts sprinting away, which means either he got lost or he wasn't alone down there. Regardless, he was never seen again, and nobody knows what happened to him. And now you know.
That son was chasing his ass, bro. All them bodies, they feeding something.
Which is supposed to be an all-year thing. Because each Kwanzaa principle you're supposed to study for 52 days. Okay? From the 26th to the 1st is when you do the review of the 7 principles, what we're doing now. And starting on January 1st, that's when you start the 52 cycle for Kwanzaa. And each 52 days, that's what you work on a different principle. And it's called Ngozi Saba. But Saba is actually longitude and latitude. It's called the 14 Pieces of Osiris. Okay? From the Gates of Thebes to the 3 Pyramids of Giza, 90 degrees. Saba. And it's also the root word for Sabbath. Saturn, the 7th day he rested.
Saturday is represented or nicknamed after Saturn. He rested on the 7th day. Wouldn't that mean the week begins on Sunday?
Takot naman to. Ano ka?
Look like he holding a stick or something, right?
It's been in my face.
This is pretty crazy. Apparently, the actual president of El Salvador posted this video last night saying that police intelligence has determined that a group of gang members are hiding in the 10-de neighborhood in San Marcos, San Salvador. Today, in the early hours of the morning, we've established a security fence throughout the colony with 2,000 soldiers and 500 policemen to extract every last gang member found in the area. I'm telling you right now, like, El Salvador doesn't mess around when it comes to enforcing the laws because they've had such a serious issue with gang violence, and they're just like, we're not playing this game anymore. We're done. We're done doing this. We're gonna extract this at the root.
What I'm about to say is a theory, and you might want to save this video. First, a little history lesson. El Salvador started this energy right after the IMF basically bought the country. In 2020, the IMF loaned El Salvador's president a couple $1 billion. What the president decided to do during the 2019 to 2020 bull market, actually 2020, 2021, is to make Bitcoin legal tender. They were trying to pull a fast one under the IMF, because what the IMF does is the IMF will sit there and give these loans out to these countries that are unpayable, and then the IMF in return owns that country. Well, Bitcoin crashed 60 to 70% because El Salvador was trying to pull a fast one on the IMF and flip the money and pay back the loan quick, and the IMF crashed the market. Allegedly, it was the IMF. If you know, you know. The International Monetary Fund, the IMF owns the Federal Reserve, so to put things in context. So, all of a sudden, El Salvador had a president change. And which you're seeing the energy that's happening in El Salvador today. Which, if you've seen their prisons and their camps, they're inhumane. They're inhumane. Almost like a social credit thing. Prediction. And part of the end game. You guys ever wonder why we've had so many mass school shootings, so many gang violence in the United States? You see where I'm going? I ultimately know that the powers that be want to blame us, for the reason for their institution on their social credit, everything. And I'm thinking it's going to be a mass event, the presidential thing, but I also believe there's a plan B, that it'll be like another school. That there will be a line in the sand, and we will have that type of energy where it's controlled movements, like you just saw what's happening in El Salvador. And you're about to see that in more countries, because they're going to see the success rate that's blasted across the TV, and people are actually going to want that. Like they want the beast system to come with Christianity, and the allure of being raptured. The NPCs will push for it because of their safety. Guys, are you understanding what I'm putting down? I'm only hyper focused on that there's going to be a big event that's going to stop, and we're either going to go to 2 timelines. But I see they got a plan B. And it's the schools. It's the cops. It's the gang violence for hire. Why do you think Dirt just got arrested? They're setting up the landscape. Do not be shocked if my prediction comes true, because I know the Awakened understand what the fuck I'm saying. Fuck.
See, hey, first